Fyrir strákana okkar, fyrir stórasta land í heimi, fyrir frost á fróni, fyrir blóm í haga, fyrir fortíð, fyrir framtíð, fyrir Íslendinga, fyrir alla.
Nýbökuð brauð á morgnana, léttir réttir í hádeginu, kökur með kaffinu og fjölbreytt veisluþjónusta. Bakararmeistarinn.
Because of Helgi Valur and Aron Einar can't play, have you decided who will come in their place?
Yeah, preliminary, of course, we have decided that, but you never know. We have to wait and see for the training tomorrow too. You never know what happened in football. So someone can get injured or sick, or but I'm pretty sure how we will play against Switzerland.
What players have you called in the squad?
Runar from Valur and Palmi from Lillestrøm.
Have you made any decisions regarding Aron Einar and?
No, we have talked about it, of course. I mean, I talked about it the day after the match with the whole squad. I talked also, of course, with Aron when I heard about it. But we haven't made any decisions. I have talked also, of course, with Geir and Turir. But as I said, and they had nothing to object against it, that we didn't want to make any decisions or talk much about it now, because we wanted to focus on the game. So what happened afterwards, I don't know. But if you are interested, I can give you my more general opinion, what I think is important, if you would like to know that. I think these guys can say yes or no. I hope they are honest also, because it's important for me to be honest. I mean, if a player make a mistake, like Aron did, I mean, that's something you can't hide from it or anything. But I think to start with that, he handled it very, very well. I mean, he apologized. It was I don't know what to call the interview, doesn't matter either. But he did the mistakes, he admitted it, he asked everybody to excuse him, and that was good. So what I tried to do what I have done for the many years now is that have so few rules as possible with a team like this. That, I mean, everybody who is in the national team, they know that they have to behave, to be professional. And if you have rules, you have to have punishments all the time. So I hope that they will take that responsibility by themselves. We have some rules, but if someone makes a mistake, then you can learn from it, and if it's not a huge mistake, I mean, then we learn from it. You have to remember, I think, that many of these guys are young persons, and maybe they say things sometimes that they really don't mean and things. So in my opinion, I think if it's not a very, very huge mistake, it's better to learn from it. And we had, in my opinion, a really good chat with the players the day after the game, before we left Tirana, about this, to think about what you are saying and that you're a public person. And I suppose also if the team is starting to win more and more, it's get more and more interest in these players. And I think they deserve it, because in my opinion, they're doing a great job. It's great players in general, so I have no problem with it. But that's the way I try to work, because if they can't take that responsibility, I don't think they belong in a national team. But everybody is allowed to make a mistake. I make a lot of mistakes during my life. I don't do so many now, I hope. You never know. So that's my general opinion. So we see what happened. We haven't discussed it, as I say, but hopefully we will probably talk about it after the Swiss game, and then we see. But my general opinion is, if it's not very, very huge and you don't try to correct your mistakes, then you have to do something, of course. But so we will discuss it after the Swiss game.
If you compare Albania to Switzerland, in general.
Yeah, it's two different teams. I mean, Albania is playing, especially in the attacking part, they are playing very direct and are more built it on high tempo and physics, I would say. Swiss are a little bit more passing team. They have more individual skills, especially on the wings. They have the guy from Bayern Munich, for instance. They are very technical, want to challenge 1v1. So the attacking part is a little bit different. Otherwise, in defense, they are also very aggressive as the Albanian team are. So there it's not a big difference. But the attacking part is definitely a difference.
What is our possibilities against Switzerland?
Yeah, I mean, we are at home, and we are, of course, as always, we are aiming for 3 points. We do that when we play away too. That's my philosophy. You always try to win a game. They have a good team, but as these guys have played, I think we have a fair chance to beat them. So if everybody is on top and we prepare us in the right way, and go out with the right attitude, then I think we have a fair chance to beat them.
I want to ask you about 2 yellow cards that we got against Albania, Alfred and Gylfi.
Yeah, another 2 mistakes. Yeah, we brought that up in the meeting after the day after too. We have talked about that all the time. So that's also 2 mistakes. I mean, you shouldn't be. I said that to them also. We said that to the whole squad. So I think we have to be honest to each other. I mean, I think it's a real mistake from Alfred and Gylfi to get 2 unnecessary yellow cards. To talk you into a yellow card is not good. And in a way, I can understand Gylfi if you score a fantastic goal 9 minutes from end and you'll be very happy. But it shouldn't happen. We can't afford it. We don't afford to have players on the stand after 2 unnecessary yellow cards. So that's another thing we have to learn from.
It was a pretty difficult circumstances in the game in Albania. Do you afraid of players getting tired early in the system?
I hope not. We changed the program a little bit, so even if it's the second day today, thanks also that we have a long traveling, we didn't allow the starting 11 players to train today. So they just have a rehab today. So that's a change that we did, not only because of it was a tough game and a tough pitch, but I think they needed it after this long travel, so we really recharged the batteries for Tuesday. But tomorrow everybody will train, so it's difficult to keep some of these lads from the training pitch, so it's nice also. Birke was close to take part, but we tried to force him away, so we didn't have to use any physics, but it was close. Or
Voru menn festir?
Já, það er góð stemning í hann, sko.
Og líkamlega?
Hvað segirðu?
Og líkamlega?
Já, þetta var náttúrulega erfitt, en maður jafna sig frekar fljótt á þessu.
Þú varst náttúrulega meiddist eftir leikin gegn Noregi, ertu alveg orðinn heill af því?
Já, svo nokkurn veginn, sko. Þetta er smá svona til trafala og ég er í mikill meðferð, en þetta sleppur alveg.
Þjálfarinn úti ekkert ósáttur við að fara aftur í landsleikjum?
Ég var náttúrulega, eins og ég sagði, mjög skrautlegur, en hann getur lítið sagt við því, sko.
Situr þetta dálítið í þér, eða ykkur strákunum leikurinn í Albaníu, hvað var þar? Já, þennan sundknattleik sem var ryðgar þarna í seinni hálfleik?
Nei, ég held að menn séu bara fegnir að hafa ekki þurft að koma hann aftur og endurtaka leikinn eða hálfleik og bara klára þetta. Og líka var í ljósi þess, það var nú einhver sem sagði mér að þeir hafi ekki tapað hann í einhver 2-3 ár eða eitthvað líka. Þannig að í ljósi alls þá var þetta eiginlega bara frábær úrslit, sko.
En hann í hálfleik, þegar það stóð til að fresta leiknum, hver var skoðun eitthvað leikmann á því? Vildu spila leikinn?
Ég held að allir, og meðal hans dómarinn líka, vildi bara klára þetta sem fyrst, sko.
Var það þjálfarinn frá sem vildi fresta?
Þetta er náttúrulega bara alfarið í höndum dómarans, sko, þannig að þú hefur ekkert seg í því, sko.
Hefur þú upplifað eitthvað svona áður, þessu lík?
Já, ég hef alveg gert það á Englandi, sko, en það var leik hjá okkur fresta bara fyrir 2 vikum sem var svipar aðstæður, sko. Það var eiginlega svolítið skrítið að þetta hafi haldið áfram í reynskilni.
Lars, one thing about the pitch in Albania. Do you think there's too much pressure from UEFA and authorities to finish the games when you get into these situations?
you shouldn't ask me. You should ask the delegates. But I mean, we had a really good dialogue in the break between the first and second half with the FIFA delegate and some guys from the Albanian federation side. So. I don't know how much pressure they put on them really, so I can't answer that. But we had a good dialogue, and I said to them that if it's possible to play, of course we should play. If the ball is not rolling or bouncing, then we should postpone the game and take it another day. But the problem is that I don't know what the rules say. Tore maybe knows that maybe we had to play it the day after, and if that was the case, then it's even more unfair, I think, to finish it on Saturday and then have to travel and play Tuesday. So then I prefer to finish it as we did. But I mean, they did a marvelous job with the extra 50 minutes with taking away water. So I think it was possible to play. But of course, it's in the second half, it's a lot of luck involved in the game, much more than other in a football game when the pitch is like it is. But I think it worked anyway. It was possible to play a little bit anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know what you guys say.
In hindsight, it was, but
It was difficult,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
But isn't it, more a risk that the player gets injured?
Yeah.
Doing like that?
Yeah, I agree with you. That's what I said to the referee, because I think he was maybe more pressure than what from what I feel from them than the FIFA delegate. But I agree with you. It is a very difficult game for him too. But that's of course something we have to think of all the time, so we don't risk much more for these guys.
Hannes, Teigur þinn var náttúrulega frekar slæmi líka, varst ekki stressaður svona, boltinn getur breytt út stefnu og hlýtur að vera erfitt?
Jú, þetta voru engar kjör aðstæður sko, og en það var ekkert við því að gera, maður þurfti bara að stilla sig inn á það og reyna að gera það besta á stöðunni og ég held að allir leikmenn hafi bara gert það, og meðal annars var það til dæmis bara að negla boltanum fram og ekkert að reyna að spila honum í eftirstu línu, ekki vera að spila honum tilbaka á mig mikið af því að maður vissi ekkert hvort að boltin myndi drepast á leiðinni eða hvað, þannig að við gerðum bara það besta úr þessu og þetta var bara svona leiðuslagur sem betur fer enduðum ofan á í.
Það virðist vera sem að Noregur og Sviss, sem að séu svona aðal keppinauturinn, eins og staðinni núna, þið berið þessi tvö lið saman, það sem þið eru búin að sjá.
Noreg og Sviss.
Já. Þið eru búin að vinna Noreg og Sviss næst.
Já, við erum nú ekki alveg svona byrjaði reynt að fara yfir Sviss, það byrjaði í dag, eða svona undirbúningurinn. Við byrjuðum náttúrulega strax eftir leikinn í rauninni en við erum ekki búin að skoða það mikið og við gerðum við normenn, þannig að ég er eiginlega ekki alveg fullt færi að svara þeirri spurningar svo stöddu sko. En þeir eru náttúrulega tæknilega, við vitum það alveg að þeir eru tæknilega sterkari og semlega með betri leikmenn innanborðs, þannig að það verður hörkuleikur sko.
Já, þetta var náttúrulega að vera sterkast lið í riðlinum, þannig að ég held að flestir telja það þá sem bestu lið, en ég er búinn að heyra að þeir voru ekki sérstaklega mútið Norðmönnum, þannig að ég sjáum til.
Birkir, hvað með þið? Þú voru að spila út á vinstri kanti, frammi, miðjunni. Hvar vilt þú spila?
Mér líður náttúrulega best fyrir aftan strækjarinn, en ég spila bara það sem mér er sagt. Ég gerir bara best út af því.
Kannski ekki verið að fá að spila mikið í Ítalíu, heldur að það fara að breytast?
Já, ég vona það. Mér líður allavega mjög vel og
Plays where I say.
ég þarf að spila.
I says that. Yeah, good. I thought I understood.
Lars, if we win the game, we go on the top of after the game. Do you change the goals in any way if you become the top team?
No, I mean, it's always so difficult to speculate when it comes to results in the future. But I mean, when I took the job, I mean, one of the reasons when I was asked, and I thought it was very interesting, was that I knew that it was a lot of young players coming forward from the former under 21, and so I was very optimistic, and I think even if we lost the friendlies, I think it was a lot of positive things in that. So I was very optimistic to go into this. But I mean, as I said to the players, and I said public also, I think we have a chance. How big it is always difficult to say. But we said on forehand that this group is probably very, very tight. And I mean, even if you play bigger teams maybe than Albania, it's always small marginals. I mean, it's very unusual that the team beat a team with 6-1 like Germany did this time. So I think we from the beginning had a chance, and if the players don't get too many yellow cards and suspensions, I think that if we can keep the best team, and we have a really, really good chance. And as you all know, I mean, with all respect to the players in the squad, but missing a player like Kolbeinn, for instance, I mean, for me, he's one of the most promising strikers in Europe. So if we come out good of this fourth game now, I think we really have a good chance, if everybody is fit and not sitting on the stand because of suspensions, to have a really nice next year. So I've been optimistic all the time, but I'm hoping, of course, that we could compete about the place for the World Cup. But how realistic it is, it's difficult to say. But I haven't changed the goals. I think that we try to win every game we play.
After the win against Norway, maybe got a little bit overconfidence. Are you nervous that could happen again now?
Yeah, I don't know if it was that. I mean, the players probably is better to answer that than me. What you can see in the way we were playing, I would call it a little bit over-optimistic. That we started maybe the defense a little bit too early, and the team was rather long, so we had to work really hard. If that the mental thing is difficult for me to say, you know, with the traveling and little time to prepare the team. I mean, if we did it wrong tactically, it's my fault. It's not the players' fault. I didn't prepare them in the right way in that respect. But maybe we were a little bit over-optimistic. But ask these guys, I think, what they felt when they went out on the pitch. We were a little bit passive, I think, but why that happened is difficult to say. Maybe we have to learn more from international football and experience and handling these double-headers. And I mean, Iceland always had problems playing away, but we hopefully we learn and can play the way we want to play at the same way away as we do at home. But ask these guys, I would be interested in what they are saying even.
Þannig þú kannski svarar, voru menn og kokki eftir sig úr núti Noregi?
Ég veit nú ekki hvort að við höfum verið of kokki. Ég held að við ætluðum okkur sigur í þessum leik og það er alveg eðlilegt að fara út í þennan leik og ætla sér það, finnst mér. Mér fannst í rauninni kýperarnir ná að leysa vel það sem við vorum að gera á móti þeim. Við ætlum að pressa á þá og það var heitt og það var svona fljótlega þá einhvern veginn kom það í ljós að þeir voru ná að leysa þessa pressu nokkuð vel, spila í gegnum hana og mikil orka að fara inn í þetta hjá okkur, þannig að það er kannski spurning, kannski gerðu þeir þetta vel, kannski eins og hann segir, þá hefðu við átt að nálgast þetta einhvern veginn öðruvísi. Það er erfitt að segja sko, en síðan alltaf munar þetta bara litlu. Ég meina, við hefum skotið slá og þetta hefði alveg getað farið á hinn veginn, þannig að þá hefði allir verið ánægðir sko. En ég held að hugarfarið hafi verið rétt og hugarfarið er rétt ennþá. Við erum held ég ekki að fara inn í leik á móti Sviss haldandi það vissum að fara að rúlla yfir þá sko. Við erum förum stígum varlega til jarðar en við vitum alveg hvað við getum og við höfum staðið í góðum liðum áður, þannig að það er allt hægt í þessu.
Question for us, we know that Swiss is a good attacking team. Will you be playing more defensively?
No, I mean, my philosophy is that we would try to play away exactly as we change a little bit against Albania, that we think is the best way of defending, but at the same time when we have the ball as we can. So I think that's a little bit of a maybe cliche that you play more defensively. It depends on how strong the opponent is. If they have the ball much more than we have to play more defensively because we have to defend much more. But you can make some small tactical changes as we did against Albania, that we took Gylfi a little bit more behind Alfred when we defended, so he helped a little bit more in defense that we did against Cyprus. That was one tactical change, but it's things like that you do. But when you win the ball, I want him, if this case, if as we did against Albania, that he will play as a striker as much as possible. So it's small changes, but we always try basically to play our own way. But you can make small changes like that. Or you can chase Birker, he can sit on the bench and we can bring in a defensive player instead of him. Then we will become more defensively, but we keep the structure in the team. But I don't know if we do that, but it's a possibility. No, I'm just joking.
Are there any injuries?
No, not except Helge disappeared early, of course, as you know, and went back to his club. So otherwise, what I know of, it's no injuries.
But do you think you need to rotate the team because it's short space between the games?
No, I don't think so. I mean, if nothing special happened to any player, they should recover now. And that's why we took an extra day for rehab for these guys who started against Albania. So from that reason, I don't think so. They're used to playing 2 games a week, most of them anyway, except not Hannes, I don't know. He's been having vacation for a couple of weeks. No, you were in Norway, sorry.
Denmark.
Denmark?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, it was the last time I was in Norway, that's right.
Kannski spyrja eins og í það, komið út af því?
Það ekki komið á hreint ennþá, þeir voru bara jákvæðir og vilja sjá meira af mér og báðum að koma aftur út einhvern tímann í nóvember, spila 2 varaliðsleiki, þannig að það verður bara komið ljós hvað kemur út af því.
Leist þér vel á?
Já, þetta er mjög flottur klúbbur og þetta stórt skref upp á við ef ég myndi fara þangað, þannig að mér leist mjög vel á það.
Stefnir hugurinn út?
Já, ég get ekki neitað því, ég stefni á að spila erlendis og það væri mjög gaman að upplifa það, komast í atvinnumennsku í nokkur ár, það er planið.
I must can I say a thing about Hannes? You don't have to listen, but I said it to him before. I mean, I think he's big, for me, one of the biggest surprises in the team, the way he has played. I mean, he done one bigger mistake for all the matches he has played this season in the national team. He had a good club season, so I'd be very surprised if not a club from abroad would be interesting, especially when he plays like this on international level. And then, of course, he let in a couple of goals also that he shouldn't have done, but we have to live with that.
Yes, we do.
But one mistake for 5-6 games?
Yeah, I think it's 6 games since you came.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
One bigger mistake. Some smalls, but most of them are outside the pitch, but we don't talk about this.
Yeah, nobody's perfect.
I agree. Should be Kari when possible.
You're without Aron and Helgi in the midfield. Is that a big dilemma?
Yeah, not a big dilemma, but of course we will miss them. I mean, especially when both of them who had played the matches before this this doubleheader. I mean, Aron and Helgi has played rather many matches, but and I mean, Ari with his experience, and he has a little bit more balanced role for the team. But at the same time, I was very, very pleased to see Emil play. I mean, I saw him the game before we played Albania, and when he played against Padova with his club. And I mean, he is an intelligent person, and he did a really great job, especially in defense. That surprised me maybe a little bit, but he did really good game, I think. So I'm very happy for that now when Aron also is away. So now a new Emil has to step in and do a good job. But of course you want all your best players fit and on the pitch, not suspended or injured. So, but they have the chance to prove that they are better than I think, as they are sitting on the bench otherwise.
Björn Bergman, who plays for Wolverhampton in England, decided not to play with the national team this time. Does that make his chances of playing again less?
No, I don't think so. I mean, even if I'm a little surprised that a young player like him, as I said when we had the press conference for announcing the squad, that I don't buy his motivations, but I respect them, because if he wants to focus on Wolverhampton and that's his feeling, I mean, I don't pick a player that's not 100% motivated to play. But that doesn't stop him in the future. I mean, if he's 100% motivated and says that he will go for the national team, he have the chance to qualify as all other players. I mean, as I said before, I mean, sometimes I think we put so much into different things that if someone is saying that or doing this, you must punish him or you must stop him from playing in the national team. I mean, it's not that dramatic, I think. I mean, they are human beings, these guys. If you look upon their schedule, they're traveling, they're playing 1-2 matches every week, then they come home for 12 days with the national team, a lot of pressure and things. So they're not more than human beings. So I think my philosophy is try to understand and respect people, even if I don't buy their values or their motivation, why they don't. I mean, for me, a young player, best developing for him is to when he can play in a good team but also play international football at the same time. I mean, that experience is huge in my opinion.
Kári kannski aðeins að byrja, það margir að tala um það í gær og kannski skilja ekki okkur út að spila í League 2 á Englandi.
Nei, ég skil það eiginlega ekki
sjálfur. Við vitum kannski ekki rosalega mikið honum.
Nei, þetta var, mér langaði að færa mig aftur í enskan fótbolta frá Skotlandi. Ég veist alveg að vera þar áfram, bæði hjá Aberdeen og hjá fleiri liðum. Þetta byrjaði hægt þessi gluggi, sko. Og vitandi hvernig ensku fótbolti virkar, ef þú ert ekki, þú veist, ungur á aldri og eldfljótur þá áttu svolítið erfitt með að finna lið sko. Og þetta var það fyrsta sem bauðst og buðu bara góðan samning og ég hugsaði bara að best að vera safe frekar en sorry sko. Það var svona eiginlega aðalástæðan. Svo eru þeir búin að byggja nýjan völl þarna og þetta er allt rosa flott umgjörð og þeir ætluðu sér stóra hluti og ætla sér enn. Það var ekki byrjað allt of vel sko, en já, það var svona ástæðan fyrir því að ég fór þarna.
Og hvernig er gæðin á fótboltanum? Er þetta bara að sparka og hlaupa?
Það er mjög misjafnt. Það er sum lið reyna alveg að spila og þetta er svona aðeins að breytast. En þú lendir alveg, þú veist, í slag við einhverja 3 metra menn oft. Sem er ekkert frábærlega gaman sko, en þetta er allt, þetta er bara í reynslubankum.
It's good that we have one who's playing sparkalöp. So we don't play too much.